Testing, testing. One, two, three, testing. There we go. Loud and clear. Hello, 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 everyone. And welcome to another stream of Fate Grand Order. Today, we're going to be continuing the Singularity Trom. Last time on Fate Grand Order, we were sprung from the Revenge Realm, owned by 7 nameless servants and Matahari, or not Matahari, name. Salome, that's it. However, all 8 of them perished in this effort. However, we were able to make it out and into the righteous realm, where our allies awaited us. We then met with King Charles, or, as it actually turned out, Don Quixote, and his assistant. A combination of all of his companions, going by the name simply of Sancho. Now, we must help the righteous realm in order to defeat both the other realms, and solve the singularity. And to start with, we're going out on a mission with Diarmid and Jufu to take a certain fort. Alright. Alright, let's spider eyes and glasses. Go hang out over here. Bring myself a bit more this way. There we go. Alright. It's loading, it's loading. Alright, here we are. Let me check if we have any roster updates. I don't think we have anything in particular. I'm gonna double check just in case. I don't think we pulled for anyone since. Upgraded Bargath and Geronimo. Just been working on max ascending, everyone. I only have 1 servant left. Which means I'll need more servants in the future. Yeah, the only one I have to ascend now is Eric's Blood Axe. But I need some more Berserker statues first. Everyone else is fully ascended for who I have on my roster. I didn't see anyone new, so let's proceed. Doppel, the other fish is high as well. What do you mean, other fish? You mean the fish? God damn it, Ina. Also, hi, welcome to the stream. Aren't you streaming right now, though? Thanks for the hydrate and stretch, sweetie. I am not, the other fish is? Ah, okay, okay. So murder's the only one streaming. Gotcha. I need to go refill my water bottle. Because it is low, and there's going to be a lot of talking. So both fish friends are streaming. I'm not a fish. No, BRB, I gotta refill my water bottle. Alright, I'm back. Also, you could say murder is in a stream, like a fish, like a river stream. I'm hilarious, I swear. It sure is in a stream. Idle talk in the dead of night. Right, we're in between the thingy-majiggies. Quiet, it's me, Kodak. Keep your voice down. I want to talk to you outside. Okay, that should do it. Are you ready, Mash? Yes, I'm here. As you requested, Vinci's working on the Ornatrix. Director Gordoff is asleep, and the night staff are all dozing off too. I'm the only member of Chaldea currently on active duty. But why did you want to talk to us alone? Hi, Sheeta. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for the stretch redeem. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Or would you prefer Queenie? I've seen that as a nickname used for you. Anyways, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're playing Fate Grand Order today. Hey, we're going through Utrom. Hoi hoi, hi. Let me get all resettled here. There we go. Just to be safe. After I woke up, I reviewed your records of everything that happened after the Russian lost bell. It's nickname I've been given and go by. Okie dokie, then I guess I'll use it too if you're chill with it. Including the records about the man from Galdea. It's not really Dr. Roman. I know. I don't know who he is either. Just to put that aside for now. Couldn't imagine who would have given you the inspiration to do so long. I mean, I just look for ways to refer to people without just using you or them or he or she or, yeah, get some proper nouns. And if I can get a proper noun that they prefer to be called, well, just like with pronouns that people prefer to be called, that's very useful for social ability. I'm not good at it, but I try, goddammit. Well, more importantly, do you remember what he said about there being someone who can't be trusted? And what Archer said afterward about something feeling off? Felly, OMG, is that Dotrick Genshin Impact? Hi, Felly. No, that's Kodak from Fate. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you could swing on in. We're playing Fate Grand Order today, and we're going through Singularity Trom. Now the Valentine's event is over, we can start making our way through the story, at least until the Chaldea Boys Collection event starts. What Archer said afterwards about something feeling off. Of course. I really can't believe you went and reported everything they told you about when they're very clear you should keep it secret. I don't know who Larry Truck is, but yes. Larry Truck? What? Oh, Singularity Trom? That's just the name of the Singularity. It's just Trom. Guess you wouldn't be you if you hadn't. Remember those records too, right, Mash? Ever think about who the man from Chaldea might have been? It's all there in the report. I've given it some thought, yes, but it just seems too far-fetched to take seriously. Not exactly. Sounded like a mystery lover here. So you dropped it, just like that. Not another thought. Went from Singularity Throne to Larry Truck. This is fine. I mean, it's trauma as in, traumatic. Or trauma. Oh, Alter's pretty. Oh yeah, she is. Hell yeah, she is. To be fair, she's already based off a very pretty gal. Also, I recently learned something fun. So, we all know, like, the actual depictions of Joan of Arc is, dark-haired, short skin, and she's tan, muscular from being a farm girl. Apparently, we have historical records that she was stacked. Which I find funny, just like, who keeps record of that? This happened during the 100 Years' War. Who was keeping record of this? She's already really pretty with her massive shield. Oh, this is MASH, but yes. Yes, you're right. Not at all, it's the opposite. I believe I thought about it as much and as logically as I could. And no matter how much I thought about what he said, it never made any more sense. How so? Well, someone on Chaldea's staff can't be trusted. That would mean one of them is a traitor. But there's no evidence anyone was betrayed us, and more importantly, no motive for anyone to do so. Oh, hell yeah, lol. My wonder is just, who was keeping track of that? The right people were. Call this kind of a mystery of why done it. Alright, I've heard of those. Whoever told me about them also said, there's no meaning to be found in figuring out how done it's when mages are concerned, knowing they can do almost anything, including things outside the natural realm. The reason they committed a crime, the why done it, that is always meaningful. Right. And that clears everyone on Chaldea's current staff of suspicion. Can't see any reason for a member of staff to want to help wipe Earth clean. If they were just hiding their motivation, they would have tripped up long ago. They didn't have any reason to reset Earth, but have any reason to help prevent it either. Yep, yeah, that's true. The crime's already been committed here, so why would a traitor go on to help the organization try to undo it? Same goes for servants, too. That includes me, Captain Nemo, Da Vinci, and Holmes. None of us have anything to gain from Earth being wiped clean. If anything, the opposite's true. And that just leaves Scion, you, and Senpai, Master. And your alibi is airtight. You weren't even at Chaldea at the time. Senpai, of course, isn't a viable choice either. Frankly speaking, if she gave up on everything, our mission would fail that very instant. Anyways, just want to say hi for sleeping off. Alright, Ophelia. I hope you have pleasant dreams. Nighty-night. Have a good stream, Doppel. Thanks, sweetie. Yeah, that's true. Thanks for the hydrate. I suppose Scion, as a member of the Atlas Institute, could see the incident differently than we do. And that in turn could potentially give her some kind of motive to betray us, maybe. But she already done something that invalidates that theory. When the foreign god used a pseudo-black hole to destroy the Wandering Sea. Scion stayed behind to the very last second, at the risk of her life. If she wanted to betray us, that would have been the perfect time and place to do so. Frankly, if she had known what was going to happen ahead of time and then escaped on her own, we would have all been dead by now. Really not all suspicious that I did something somehow. Knowing those two, they could have predicted that I'd eventually come back to Chaldea. True. But it wouldn't even make sense for you to have started this conversation if you were the traitor. Yeah. Just to be totally clear, I didn't betray anyone. Well, I guess that's not true. I did betray all proper human history once. But I definitely don't have the guts to betray anyone holding the controls to a collar that could kill me at any time. I think you have plenty of guts, but aside from that, I agree with you. Betraying someone to save your own skin when you know that betraying them would get you killed? It doesn't make sense no matter how you look at it. And that's not all. Me, Tiramisu here, staff, the servants, our actions have all been consistent. My case is more complex, sure, but it still checks out in terms of consistency. Long story short, I betrayed human history, lost to you guys, got critically injured, recovered. I can't get over Giles' eyes. Okay, so, or face. So, the thing with Giles, and the reason he has those eyes, is because Giles is a infamous serial killer. And he's one of the inspirations for the fictional character of Bluebeard. And in many of Bluebeard's depictions, he has those very big, bulgy eyes. Or face, yeah, he has a very punchable face. And I don't know why Saber Giles is here. He just is. I'm helping you guys out with restrictions on my behavior because it beats getting locked up or killed. Sure, I wasn't exactly being virtuous, but I was being consistent, yeah? That's true. In the end, I have to think that the one from Chaldea was mistaken. But you do have an idea who it could be, right? Senpai? I'm not sure, but I do just have one more question. I think you can answer it with a search of the library, Mash. If that leads us to a clear answer, you can just forget all about it. But if it doesn't, then we might be onto something. I went ahead and launched the library search system just in case. What's your question, Kodak? It's about servants. Let's start with Da Vinci. Chaldea summoned the original Da Vinci, and her successor unit is carrying on her work in her stead. So we know that Chaldea is her summoner and that she was helping for the incineration of humanity. Nemo was summoned by Sign Eldium. At least that's what the records said. He got phantom divine spirits mixed in with them, but he also knows his summoning is legit. And servants Tiramisu contracted with, including you, of course, should all be fine. Kodak, you don't mean... Yeah, I do. My question's about Sherlock Holmes. Who summoned him, and when and where did they do it? What do you mean? The master does more than just serve as a battery for their servant. Shall I pretend to have heard what I said as my wife I decided no? I can repeat it, if you'd like. So, the reason Giles is like that is because he's an infamous serial killer. And, or at least he was accused of being such. I should state that, because, you know, things can be a bit skeptical in that regard. But regardless, he is one of the inspirations for the character of Bluebeard. And Bluebeard, in all those depictions, has those big bulging eyes that Giles has. Also, we don't know why Saber Giles is here. He's just here. No reason why he's here. No reason why he's a servant. He's here. And nobody asked for him. The master does more than just serve as a battery for their servant. Through their contract, the master serves as an anchor to keep them rooted in reality. That's the biggest reason they need masters, even those masters are of no help in battle between heroes. Compared to that, Magecraft support's just a nice bonus. What about rogue servants? Good question. Yeah, there's been servants in other singularities who didn't belong to either Chaldea's side or the enemy side. But it was the land itself that summoned them, and the power of the Holy Grail was spawned in the given singularity, in an attempt to put history back on its original track. Basically, rogue servants use the land as a kind of vessel, so it's no surprise they can act without a master. Of course, there were also rogue servants in some of the Lost Belts, who didn't depend on the Holy Grail. Beowulf in Russia leaps to mind. And maybe that's what happened with Holmes too. First met him in the Atlas Institute, so... No, wait. The Atlas Institute isn't where he first showed up, remember? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't thinking straight. Yes, you're right, Senpai. He himself said he left a message for us in London. In London, you managed to safely acquire the information I left in the Mages Association, right? It was just paperwork, but it must have been worth £1,000 to you at the time. I couldn't definitely see the lands on him in London. That part makes sense. But then how did he show up in Camelot and Shinjuku? We asked Holmes about that. And he said that he managed to prolong his materialization and ray shifting on his own. You know what I said about before, but goddamn, Da Vinci is pretty. Hell yeah, she is. You mean like Miyamoto Musashi? No, he can't do it repeatedly like she could. He said twice was his limit, and came at the cost of seriously weakening himself. According to him, those two force ray shift effectively rendered him incapable of combat. I see, so that's why he did almost no fighting in Shinjuku. After Shinjuku, he and Senpai, a master, formed an official contract. That got rid of his, debuffs, also made it impossible for him to ray shift alone. At least that's what he said before. I see. That all makes sense. And still, something's still nagging at me. Can't figure out what it could be. Still, I can say this much without a doubt. Holmes of all people would never betray us. Just no way. When you take all of his accomplishments, his attitude, his motives, and everything else about him into consideration, it's obvious there's no theory that could possibly explain why he would have done such a thing. I trust Holmes completely. How about you, Tiramisu? I trust him too. Oh well, doesn't matter either way. Just giving you guys some food for thought. Having said that, Tiramisu, Mash, can you just forget about this whole discussion? It's Holmes we're talking about here. I don't want things getting awkward if you trust him. You start doubting him now. It's not gonna take long for Sherlock frickin' Holmes to figure that out. That's easier said than done. Maybe you should hit my head to make me forget. Why would I do that? I just use a really basic spell for sealing away memories. It can only be cast if the target consents to it though, and comes with some restrictions. But what about me? How can I figure out this discussion? There's a file in Caldea's library in the storm border, number AG134458. I hid a memory sealing spell scroll inside there under the Alpine Goat section. All you have to do is inscribe the date and time. Okay, I'll try that. Tiramisu, mash. It's only a seal. Probably won't make you forget completely. Your subconscious will still remember this conversation. So if you really trust Holmes, keep observing him and doubting him, so we can put this at rest and trust him that much more. Got it? Alright, see you tomorrow. In the Alpine Goat section. What a random place to put it. Good morning, Senpai. Morning. A lovely morning it is. Right you are. Looks like to be perfect weather for the first day of work as part of our new commando unit. There's not a single bad home to be seen, I think. Good morning, everyone. It's me, Chauffeur. I know it's short notice, but I think we should get along going right to work. Sooner or later, just so we get back and rest up. Already planning your break, huh? Maybe this is because I'm such a hard worker in life, but ever since we were 7, I just think of the work more than anything. Eat your toast! Why did she just cover her ears? Good morning, everyone! I hope you're as excited to get started as I am! How are you this peppy this early? You guys hadn't come along, I'd have to work with them alone. My stomach aches just thinking about it. Be that as it may, just because it's morning doesn't mean we won't run to any enemies. We'll have to take advantage of this opportunity to demonstrate how useful we can be. Then I'll take the front line as we discussed yesterday. Lord Holmes, Lady Tiramisu, you two shall keep to the middle. And you, Lady Jouffou, shall bring up the rear. We agreed? Works for me. I'll come along too. Seems like there'll be anything for me to do around here on my own. Then let's be on our way. We'll leave for the north gate by the main road. Good job, Saribot. Smite him. You know, I've been wondering ever since we got here. Does commerce even function in this realm? Better than you think, of course. All transactions are made with QP. And besides, there's no point in hanging on to more enhancement resources than you need after killing a demonic beast. That's how the servants of all 3 realms enhance their spirit origins. Got a long way to go myself, but at least I'm doing better than you guys. Well, yeah, I'm not even a servant. Oh, hang on, I actually want to do some shopping while we're here. Is she buying rocks? Hey, can you see me? That boy, Satan? Hey, looks like we both got away clean. Congrats. Why the hood? Oh, this? Let's just say I got my reasons for wanting to keep to myself around here. Everything okay with you? Yep, everything's fine. Honestly, I'm more worried about you. Well, you seem like you're doing fine, so never mind. What are you gonna do now that you're free? I think I'll just hang around here for a while. This place isn't nearly as savage as the Revenge Realm. I got a feeling things will work out. How about you? You off on a mission? I wish I could help you out, I really do. But I'm afraid that's easier said than done. Sorry. No worries. Okay, I'm gonna give it my best shot. Awesome! You totally got this! Alright, I think I'll get going too. Bye. Something wrong? No, everything's fine. And try to keep up. This mission looks like it's gonna be a real bitch, both coming and going. Huh? Alright, guess you wouldn't know since you're passed out. Our destination is way up the mountains. There's no ropeway or anything to help us get there. Yikes. Hey, I was just wondering. What is it? Are we gonna have to do this on the way back too? What do you think? Then I think maybe we should take a little break. I don't think that's a good idea. Huh? Why not? There tends to be a lot of snakes in this area. What? Snakes? That's no big deal. This cat's a simple spell to... I believe these particular snakes are called Orochi in the Far East. Why are you only mentioning this now? Let's see. And what I want to show off. I'll just use what I got going here. Hello. Let's see if we can't get you. And one clear strike. Noble Phantasm. Ibuki no Mitama. I wasn't able to read the rest. Boom, baby. Hardly worth my time. Way to go, everyone. Then again, it's not like we can take any credit. I helped, technically. Of course you did. Your aid was invaluable. Yeah, well, that's good to hear. So you're a caster specializing in summoning, huh, Tiramisu? Yeah, I guess you could put it that way, yeah. Wonderful. I feel as though I gained a seasoned warrior for an ally. You don't know the half of it. The sheer strength of Miss Tiramisu's summon shadows often leave even me speechless. Suffice to say, I suggest you expect the unexpected. Great. I'll make this mission a snap then. I'll admit I was pretty worried when I heard 3 casters were assigned to this mission. But now it looks like I get to take it easy the whole time. Yay. Alright, let's keep going. We should reach the recon area soon.
Come to think of it, Miss Yu,
Hmm?
as a matter of interest, I must inquire. Do you ever succeed in finding the elixir of immortality?
Think maybe or maybe not, or maybe it didn't really matter either way. Didn't matter. Can you please forget I just said that? On the off chance Emperor Shen Hong gets summoned, I don't want this coming back to bite me. Oh, we already threw hands with him. Then again, maybe it's okay since I doubt they'd get summoned to this singularity anyways. They won't, right? You'd all be in some major shit if he did. Forgive me for interrupting, but we're almost to the Tower of Shanten. It's an observation tower located right between the Revenge Realm and the Righteous Realm. Of course, the skies haven't turned red yet, so that means we're still in the Righteous Realm.
Red sky, huh?
Oh yeah, the sky did actually turn red there. The Revenge Realm dyes the sky red to demarcate its domain and dominate its vengeful spirit, or demonstrate its vengeful spirit. It's their way of telling outsiders this is my territory, trespass and die. You know, since land can't actually talk.
Mr.
Please, Holmes. Holmes. Just call him Dear Mud. Don't make me pronounce this.
Mr. Adoin Ra,
Probably butchered that.
would you be so kind as to tell us more about what this mission entails? I believe we were told to gauge the enemy's strength.
That's right. We learned a small battalion had been stationed here not too long ago. Our objective is to find out what kind of servants are in it. Of course, depending on the situation, we may also decide to eliminate them. How small is small in this case? About 10 to 12 servants or so. They do outnumber us a bit. But we should be able to handle them just fine, as I'm told they're all no more than Phantom Spirit level servants. So now we'll just have to decide what our first move will be.
A tower, huh?
Never seen a tower like that before. Same here. It's a little big for a lookout tower.
Fascinating.
You figure something out?
Not from the exterior alone, no. We'll have to make our way inside first. Shh. I see their patrols out.
I don't see any lookouts standing watch outside, but they have to have at least a few somewhere.
We can safely assume they are assassins about, hiding themselves with presence concealment. Probably 2 or 3 of them. If I were in charge of where they were stationed, I'd post 1 on either side of the doors and another between the first 2.
Then I'll try drawing them out of hiding. Now that you've narrowed down the field of possibilities, should be able to use an effective tower start. I'll also put up a soundproofing bounded field while I'm at it. If we're lucky, we'll be able to make it into the tower without anyone noticing. Amazing! We're lucky to have you, Miss Lady Zhufu. As long as you appreciate it. Okay, is everyone ready? Ready!
Indeed.
All set. Good. Motion forbidden. Spirit enlightenment. Body pacify. Then add a dash of tongue twisting and silencing.
What? Enemies? But I can't move! Enemy attack! Enemy attack! Damn it, they can't hear me either!
I'm Dear Mud when I'm... Please, stop. Just Dear Mud, please. Please. Un Dwaibon, the Knight of Fiona. Have at you! I'll just stay anonymous if it's all saying to you. Thanks. Charles the Great Commandos, charge!
You're actually telling them who you are? At least get your story straight. Alright then, let's take care of them, shall we?
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Let's use this moment to show off a few niche, or well, more niche opportunities, or setups here, or characters, just in general. Alright, let's see. Gonna remove that. Push you in the back, you up here. I'm gonna give this to you. I'm gonna swap this, or we're going to put on you. I'm gonna put I think this one will be fine. And you'll be fine because you have a massive battery. Actually, let's swap this out for... You know what? Let's do this, and then swap that over to... Alright. What one they got? Okay. Time to show off some mice.
It only takes but a moment. He would howl.
私は承知いたしました精霊よ今ひととき
Oh son, lend me your string.
Hold! Alright, Deku Kuken!
ネズミ浄土は間もなく閉園のお時間です。
Get him, girls!
お越しを心よりお待ちしております。夢のしご飯が炊けております。
Good job. Damn it! I don't see any reinforcements coming. Looks like you were still in the clear. I don't sense anyone on the other side of these doors either. Let's go in.
At first glance, there doesn't appear to be much of note here. Let's see what's on these documents.
What do they say?
They appear to be plans for this tower.
What, anything significant?
Mr. Fu,
Hmm?
I suspect this tower may be directly connected to a ley line. Would it be possible to confirm that?
Might be able to tell from the basement.
Then would you be so kind?
You want me to go down by myself? And no thank you.
A fair point.
Go with her, Tiramisu. Got it. I'll come too. Could be dangerous with only 2 casters.
So, where are you gonna go, Holmes? The top of the tower, of course.
And let us head down and see what we find. Come on!
Alright. This looks like it's gonna be a major pain in the ass, though.
Any luck?
This goes here, and that goes there. Why would they do this? Alright, let's ask them.
Them? Who?
Those casters working over there. I'll leave them to you.
Hup! Who are we busting over? Hi, Lizard. Welcome to the stream. Right now we're dealing with some mooks as we investigate this tower. We're playing Fate Grand Order today. We're making our way through Trom.
Huh? I can't move!
Good luck. You might want to hurry. Since they're casters, they'll probably figure out how to break that spell pretty quickly. Next time, give us a little more warning, would ya? Just 2 of these bad boys? Alright. First, Medusa! Now, Odysseus! You lost about 7 then? No, I have not. This is between Lost Spell. Well, technically it's between Tunguska Sanctuary and Zip Lips. Thank you. Yeah, I'm only to the point where I've met the Dino soccer team. You can skip Trom and do Lost Belt 7. Yeah, I didn't know that until I already started Trom, so I'm gonna continue and complete Trom. Alright, they didn't die instantaneously. That's inconvenient. Why you're asking? Understandable. Hey, could you die and save me the trouble? You need more hands. Let's see. Ooh. This should finish it. Boom, bitch.
So that's how they are.
afraid we killed them all. Is that gonna be a problem? No, it's fine. Ask was more of a figure of speech there. I can basically tell what they were doing in front here from their actions, their gait, and their spells they left behind. And that's what I meant by ask. I knew it. This design is for sucking up magical energies driven the ley line, sending it to the top of the tower. It's still not active though. Maybe they're about to test it? How much magical energy do you think they blend together? And maybe a little less than you'd need to form a holy grail. That's quite a lot. They must have been planning to perform a special summon here. Master, I passed Yufu's analysis to Holmes and he says he wants you to come to the top of the tower right away. Holmes said he wants up top.
My apologies for calling you all up here on such short notice. I see you got into a bit of a scrap on your own.
Ran into a little resistance too, but Holmes took care of it in no time. As for you guys, I guess Dearmud must have played a big part. It was nothing. I was fortunate enough to have Lady Shufu's protection and Lady Tiramisu's summons. It was a group effort, a very successful one. How are you this nice and this handsome? Do pretty people have to have everything? Kinda pisses me off. Some genuine confusion.
I've heard about your discovery from a Scarelight. Are you certain?
I'm pretty certain, yes.
I see. Then we can breathe a sigh of relief for the time being.
Sucking up magical energy for the ley line sounds pretty ominous.
Agreed. It would seem I was correct.
I'm confused because Saber Dearmud isn't pretty. Look, some people like that look. He's not even on my radar.
Which is why I want to take a look at the top of this tower as soon as possible. See for yourself. Mr. Wood.
Stop calling him that. Please, stop saying his last name. Just call him Dearmud. I can pronounce that.
Mr. Doiban and Miss Shufu. Except for a partially constructed stand, there's nothing here. I suspect this tower is intended to be a means of direct attack on the righteous realm. Their plan was likely to convert the energy taken for the ley lines into pure physical force, a powerful projectile. Which means this stand is meant to be an artillery battery. But once again, as you can see for yourselves, there's nothing here. Not yet. I suspect they simply have been able to build a cannon large enough or durable enough to fire such an enormous mass of magical energy.
Well, that's comforting.
For the time being, I suggest we investigate any servants in the Revenge Realm who had a hand in this tower. If we can keep them in check, they will naturally prevent them from completing the cannon meant for this tower. Should we be found out, our backup plan can simply be destroying this tower.
Those servants who were on patrol should be coming back any moment now. Let's hurry and get out of here. Next part of our mission is secure an abandoned stronghold. This will be within the Righteous Realm's territory. It would take us in about an entire day to get there on foot. So we're going to borrow a horse-drawn carriage from the nearby safe house. Take that most of the way. Love not having to walk.
Safe house? Do you perhaps have one in every region?
Yes, we do. Secretary ordered us to build them. We have 4 in the Righteous Realm, 2 in the Revenge Realm, and 1 in the Reinstatement Realm. They're all hidden very well, and none have been discovered by the enemy yet.
I see. It sounds as though you've done a good job covering your tracks. They certainly have a great deal more than I would have thought. Perhaps they're meant for some other purpose.
Come, let's be on our way then. Use the key the secretary gave me to get inside.
Needs a key?
Yes, the safe houses are fitted with spells to blow the whole thing up if someone tries to enter without the right key. And better safe than splattered, I suppose.
I see. That does make sense. Key or not, most servants could break into to most anywhere if they wished. But if you rig a place to explode upon forced entry, you eliminate the risk of an enemy getting crucial information. What about stealth entry via spirit form?
I'm told each individual room had its own bounded field. They're said to explode if they detect its spirit forms too.
Ha, well done.
This way. Really? I don't see any buildings out here. It's here, underneath a broken down wagon. That's pretty sick looking. Look at that horse. There's a horse here. We obviously can't keep a living horse in here on standby indefinitely. So I think it's a kind of golem. Alright, those things that Kabbalist Caster's always making. The Revenge Realm uses demonic beasts to pull theirs. My horse is amazing. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. I hope I get a chance to ride one of those too at some point. Oh, you got spare weapons here, huh? Mind if I take one? They're more for decoration than defense, since they're only meant to be used in an emergency. But if you're alright with that, then by all means. Besides, nobody else is gonna use them.
Yeah, that tracks. Oh, you got protected mystic coats too. I suppose I could also, on second thought, never mind.
How come?
Because I don't want my collar reacting to it and going off.
Oh, right.
So I got Western wine, but no Shaolin and wine here, huh? And no beer either. Damn it. Well, once we're done with this mission, I'll put in a request with the secretary.
Alright, we better get going. I'll be the coachman. The rest of you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. Be warned, I'll be driving pretty fast, so it may get bumpy. Ready? Yeah! Gas, 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 gas! Nice. Man, I can wait for things to happen, which means another thing happens. We're here. Come on. We'll walk the rest of the way on foot. You can come down from the carriage now.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
I was just making that joke, Kodak. I forgot you actually said that.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Same. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was going so fast.
Good thing I turned into my spirit form. I don't want to think about what would have happened if I hadn't. I'm surprised you guys didn't do the same. Really cautious sorts, aren't you?
Sorry to ask, but have you got any meds for motion sickness?
Yeah, I do. Here.
Thanks.
Honestly, I feel a little sick myself just watching from the monitor.
Poor Kodak. Poor Kodak indeed.
Okay, now that we're all settled in, and there's a stronghold up ahead the Revenge Realm is meant to use as a brick hell head for invading the Righteous Realm. Luckily, the Righteous Realm just barely managed to eke out a win, forcing the Revenge Realm servants to retreat from this region. Unfortunately, we suffered a lot of casualties in the process, so we couldn't lay claim to the fort itself. We can't just abandon it out here. We also don't want to do anything and draw attention to ourselves. So we decided to start storing supplies here in secret, but made sure we let it look abandoned, even as we bolstered its defenses. But since it's abandoned, demonic beasts have taken up residence. So the first thing we need to do is destroy them. Once we've done that, supply crews will come to stock the place, so we just need to concentrate on ridding these demonic beasts.
Then let's go take care of those beasts now. By the way, there aren't any demon boars among them, are there?
I can't guarantee there aren't. Why? Got something against them, dear Mud? Well, one killed me, so may you rest in peace.
He's not dead yet, though.
Actually, I was already. Haha.
Oh yeah, right.
How's that funny to him? Look, if you can't laugh at your own death, what can you laugh at? Pull up a pounded field around the stronghold to make sure no demonic beasts escape. From there, well, you know, I'll figure something out.
I'm not hearing a lot of planning in this plan.
Hey, if anything, you should be admiring me for my flexibility. Well, here goes nothing.
Let's begin!
Kodak's still depressed over Anastasia.
Well, time for this night to beat a hasty retreat.
Already?
Apologies, a bad joke. I really am conceptually weak against demon boars, though. Then we'll handle them. Thank you, everyone.
Alright. Have something fun. Hey Queenie, if you're still here, do you want to see a dinosaur? I love that dinosaur. Hell yeah. Everybody stomp, everybody roar, everyone do the dinosaur. Let's see. There we go. That's a big boy. So we'll start with the defense up. Activating that. Where's the rest of my... Do I want the rest of my steak? I mean, steak is yummy. Let's make her invincible this turn. And amp her up. Trying to decide if I'm full or not. Alright, time to do the dinosaur. Bada bing. I'm surprised she did anything close to looping. How shocking. Oh, maybe.
チラチラや一人眺めるもみじ
Alright. Now we do this.
やります。
音的側
足を狙います。ここでまっすぐ圧倒します。やります。
面受けたまわる
足を狙います。やっ
よし
Round of quick.
もういいイスラムゲに愛は受けたまわる
Get its ass.
音的側面アビランケン耐え
Wow, I didn't crit with any of that. That sucks.
早炊きですよカルウェナ。地元の
身共に任す愛は
The last one was an 80%. It didn't crit.
たもん
それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカイバーン。
飯がそうか
先に進みましょう。宴会は大勝利の後に取っておきま
Good
す。
job, bro.
Last of the hostiles. No more reading detected nearby. Great job, Master.
All done. Thanks for fighting those boars in my stead. Truly appreciate it.
What about the stronghold?
Oh, we're fine there. Luckily, it looks like supply crews just arrived.
Here you go.
Thanks. Sign this and you officially take over.
Done.
Alright, we'll let you guys handle it from here.
Understood. They wasted no time with that guy's dialogue.
Yeah, glad we're taking our time on the ride back. More importantly, this will seem to bring our first mission to a successful conclusion.
Like a pretty roundabout way to accomplish our goal. I guess it's just what we have to do in a weird singularity like this.
Looks like we're in it for the long haul, yeah?
Indeed, although in that case, there's one person I'm concerned about leaving in its current state.
Being Count Vlad.
Precisely. According to what I've heard from Chaldea, both his spirit origin and contract remain intact. I suspect he's still right where we left him. We should at least collect his body and bring him somewhere safer.
Why don't we talk to Charles the Great about it?
Good idea. It would be prudent to ask his assistance.
Almost a safe house. There we'll be hoofing it again. Almost in unison, the two mages let out a sigh of bone-deep weariness. That concludes my report, sir. Sir? Can you find out whether there were any other towers near the righteous realm?
The capital is well protected. It's too well protected to infiltrate. But yes, we can still survey it peripherally.
Then do so at once. Curious to know more. Castor, can you investigate this tower more thoroughly? You can have one more personnel if you need them. Or you can have more personnel if you need them.
It will be done. There's something more important in this tower.
At the moment, all three realms are more or less evenly matched. Ventral consistently goes on the offensive. Our reinstatement realm fends them off, and the righteous realm watches from the sidelines, keeping both sides in check. Now, both I and my military advisors believe the Revenge Realm is about to undertake a large-scale invasion very soon. If they're going to succeed, they'll need some way to ensure their victory. They can't take their time to wage war because the Righteous Realm is bound to interfere. Which brings us to this tower. Well, it makes sense to assume something more to it. Then if there do turn out to be other such towers, investigating one is enough. You can find any other such towers, feel free to destroy them. Understood! Alright, that concludes today's War Council. Now, Pope Johanna will perform a memorial for those we've lost. While I regrettably won't have time to do so myself, I urge those of you who do have the time to attend. Of course, my liege! Thank you. May everyone we lost rest in peace. That's it for today's prayer. Thank you all for coming. Come on, Brendamate, let's go. Yes, Your Holiness. I'll be honored to accompany you. I really like this service today. Oh, any particular reason? Just made it feel like there weren't too many casualties. That's true. But it's no lives are more valuable than others. Neither are fewer lives lost more acceptable than many. Yes, Your Holiness, I'm sorry. To die is a sad thing, though that may be cold comfort for me, since they're dying on my behalf. You're right. Death is a sad thing. Doesn't mean we regret our choices. We're proud to die if it helps our rebellion against proper human history. Strange as that may sound. You certain of that? About what? I'm told Charles the Great leads the Righteous Realm. Was he not your king when you were alive? Yes, he was, but I made my choice to support the Reinstatement Realm over the Righteous Realm. I really felt like yours was the right cause, Your Holiness. Of course, I know some servants here still mistrust you, because of my past associations, but... It's alright. I believe that you speak with conviction. Thank you, Your Holiness. Say, would you like to have a meal with me? A meal? That's right. I know servants don't need to eat, of course, but a good meal still does wonders to lift morale. So I've been asking His Imperial Majesty to have servants that feel at home in the kitchen start making meals. I see. If you don't feel hunger, I'm sure you still like good food, don't you? Yes, of course I do, though I may ask what kind of cuisine it is. That, I don't know. But I've never heard anyone complain, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Now, come on, let's go eat. Okay, let's go eat.
A shame about Salome. It hurts to lose her.
I'm trying to remember the voice I had for her.
You think so? I'll say I'm surprised that you never did cut off the Chaldean's head. But I've always thought it was only a matter of time until she did something like that. Didn't you feel the same?
I did, but she still chose a very inconvenient time to go rogue.
Yes, that's true. Still nothing compared to you know what.
We're looking on the bright side this turn of events. Chaldea has drawn the gaze of the Reinstatement Realm. Even if they know about the towers now, they still have no ways determining their true purpose.
That still leaves the final adjustments, though. We still can't use him as a servant, right?
I'm afraid his social withdrawal protections are just too strong. Maybe there's some kind of error in his summoning, or maybe that's just how he always was.
It hardly matters, if anything. His work is to our advantage.
Indeed, indeed. Although, why the sudden change of heart?
We now know the Chaldeans here, right? And we know they've taken shelter in the righteous realm. Now that all the players are here, the only thing left to do with this war is to win and put an end to it.
So you're saying we'll head towards we're heading toward total annihilation?
Fine with me. It doesn't matter if you or I meet our ends here. This is what it means to rebel against proper human history. Am I wrong?
You certainly aren't. But are you truly sure about this, my queen?
About what?
The way I see it, if we keep moving down this route, your true wish will never be granted, no.
If anyone else had been in the room at this time, they would have been certain their lives were forfeit. Such was the sheer, all-consuming power of the bloodlust permeating the entire place. Say that again, and I'll kill you.
My apologies. I certainly don't need any more bloodshed. Lust like that directed at me, an old man like myself, can only take so much. Alright, I'm off to work on the final adjustments. I'm afraid I may not be able to speak to you again for a while.
Oh, really? This is the best news I've heard all day.
Ah, you wound me, my queen.
My wish, huh? My wish. Of course I have a wish. My husband, someone's hero, a deceitful man. I wish I could have shown him how this is all on his shoulders. Woman, child, an elder, his closest friend, a complete stranger, I didn't care who. All I wanted was to throw somebody's intestines in his stupid face. And to ruin everything he protected, everything he cared for, everything he had that left no room for me. He saved 100 lives. If he saved 100 lives, I wanted to take 1,000. Of course, that'd never be enough to hurt him. Not when his heart was hard, and radiant as diamond, his magnanimity as boundless and deep as the sea. From my perspective, he's just another rude and sensitive man. I suppose that's what happens when you try to see the good in someone. You want to see him one last time. Want to tell him everything he did was for naught. But that wish is unlikely to come true. If he were summoned here regardless of the realm, he would most likely rebel against proper human history. Even were he to join the reinstatement of righteous realm, he'd ultimately be on the same side as me. I don't want that at all. I want to oppose him. He must be my enemy before I kill him. So Chaldea's arrival got my hopes up. But unfortunately, I'm told that her group did not bring him with them. So now my only hope is a slim chance he may still be summoned to fight on the proper human history side. And this is just another transient dream. So I'll just have to stick to the plan and keep doing what I must. I have to say though, I'm really not the type to fight hard for a master. This prayer had weight. This wish had a sincere ring to it. Yes, it was sincere and powerful enough that I didn't think twice about aiding the rebellion against proper human history. Even though we don't even understand what sort of master I'm working for. The righteousness of this wish is what drives us.
Good day, Queen of Revenge.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here?
I'm here only to deliver some encouragement. Nothing more, nothing less. My goal is to see one of the 3 realms obtain all the holy grails. I don't care which one it is, I just want you all to give it your best effort.
There's one thing I want to ask you.
And what's that?
Is that what Master wants too?
That's a difficult question. There's all responsibility coming to bear. There's a reason all you are fighting to destroy one another. There's one being here who must not win, but that's of no concern to you.
I see.
Would you like to know who it is?
No need. I just couldn't think of anything else to say as an intruder who appeared unbidden in my stronghold. Your answer doesn't matter to me.
Seems I'm not very welcome here.
Have you any information of the righteous or reinstatement round for me? The notes web has grown. You know, I am not at all surprised.
I'm afraid sharing such things wouldn't be fair.
Then you are, if possible, even more useless. If you insist on following me around even further, I'll see it that all three realms know you for a stalker.
Well, I certainly would prefer to avoid that. Still, are you sure this isn't a question you want to ask me? Say about the absence of a certain servant. Can't bring yourself to ask about him, huh? Pity. Very well then, I shall take my leave.
Farewell, good for nothing.
Cloud Moriarty away.
He just wants to toy with his pieces. He's no more than an idiot. He wants to maneuver himself around the board, and he's no more than a participant. So he's chosen to come down to the board, even though he's qualified to run the whole game. In one sense, I suppose that's kind of integrity to it. But in another, it makes me think he's the most dim-witted mathematician to ever live.
I heard that. I went to spirit form, I didn't teleport.
Good, I wanted you to hear that.
Oh.
I see. So you want to save your companion, Vlad the Third?
Oh! Count of Vlad.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the accent I had him for last time. I added the entries for ruler class, adding some notable servants such as Holmes, Jeanne d'Arc, and the like, then adding Jeanne d'Arc's entry, even including her seal. You can probably make a variation on the Jeanne d'Arc ruler that is the version that's in Apocrypha. That version's a pseudo-servant. Which is a servant that inhabits another's body. Like a living person's body. Well, usually living. I probably need to warm up Don Quixote here.
Oh, Count of Vlad, the great hero of Romania.
I don't know what a Spanish accent is, and like Spanish is in Spaniards.
Count of Vlad, the great hero of Romania.
Don't forget, he's also known as Vlad the Impaler.
Maybe he can be reasoned with.
Don't worry, he's a very calm king. Probably should have warned him about the vampire thing. I didn't see that option for a moment.
Oh, a very calm king, you say?
No, sir, you can't trade places now. They'd notice the difference in your auras immediately.
Oh, I guess you're right.
At any rate, they certainly can't leave him like that. The fact is, the Righteous Realm needs all the strength it can get right now. All the more so with the wisdom and intelligence.
I see. So you require someone with a great deal of military expertise.
We do. I am educated in many fields, as so far as I've been able to keep us locked in a stalemate. But I can take us no further. I can't see a path to victory for us. But then the best course of action we have is to save Vlad the Third, if possible, to treat him. Would you mind letting us handle this?
So, what you're saying is that you have a healing and or restorative noble phantasm strong enough to return Vlad the Third to fighting form. Am I correct?
I can't promise it will work flawlessly. To be perfectly honest, it will be a gamble.
A gamble? You know, gambling.
You know gambling is bad, Sancho.
That's not the voice I had for him.
You know the gambling is bad, Sancho.
Something more like that.
I have to agree. Any number of majors who ruin themselves by taking major risk.
Really? There are?
Alright. I suppose you wouldn't know since you grew up sheltered in Chaldea. As a rule, my girl, majors are arrogant creatures who think they can all bend all the creations to their will. The majority think that way. It's worse the more talented they are.
I see. I suppose that makes sense since Magecraft can do what would otherwise be impossible.
Since they think there's nothing they can't do, they get carried away. Think they'll come up ahead every time they take a chance. Now Magecraft lets them see others cheating and helps them notice patterns and trends. They figure they can use that to their advantage to cheat and win at just about anything. Basically, there's no scenario in which I don't come out on top here. And that tends to be how they start thinking.
It's called a gamble for a reason, right?
That's right. And a fair and impartial game of chance, a mage has the same chance of winning as they do of losing.
Hi Link, welcome to the stream. We're playing Fate Grand Order today. We're making our way through Trom. Welcome.
And yes, that means about half of such mages will win those gambles. When a mage wins big, what do you think they'll do next?
Bet the farm, as they say.
Exactly. Strange enough, they believe they've already won the next round as well.
You really don't know what you're talking about, huh, Chubbs? Makes sense that you gambled and lost.
Oh no, I didn't. I absolutely won. That's why I'm still alive in all of these circumstances.
Posting way to look at the bright side.
Thank you, Furball.
Returning to the point then. To the point after your leader, he is your leader, right? Anyways, as diverting as his remarks were, I'm afraid they've also gotten us a bit sidetracked.
I didn't know he had such strong opinions about gambling.
I see. So he gambled everything he had and lost.
That the poor man.
At any rate, yes, this will be a gamble. Let's see. I say there's a 30% chance that it'll phantasm working as we hope. 50% chance that it will fail and have no effect. And 20% chance it will go disastrously long and damage his spirit origin. What do you say? Lady Tiramisu, Master of Chaldea? The choice is yours. You're willing to risk it.
You sure about this? I mean, I know Vlad can't make the call himself right now, but
I think if he could, he'd say the same.
I see.
I see you understand your servant very well. I commend your decision, Lady Tiramisu. Alright, sir. Were you not listening, sir? We're headed out.
Out?
Yes, out. We're going to destroy the restraints Vlad III placed on himself. By using our noble phantasm.
Oh, you mean...
Valentine Masto Odericard alla Princicazza. I didn't pronounce that well. No, not that one.
Oh.
There's no way our weak noble phantasm can destroy Count Vlad's stakes.
Then do I really have to go?
That, sir,
Yes?
is a secret.
Sancho!
Got a real Empress side to her, doesn't she? You two are adorable.
Are you alright, Kodak? Do you have a headache?
No, I'm fine. I'm not envious or anything.
I hate myself sometimes. Damn it, Kodak. Stop wasting your mental energy on things you can't change already. Gotta stay cool, calm, and collected. Think about what you can actually do. It's the best possible thing you do for yourself right now. And aside, Holmes isn't any different, is he? Thought I was doing a good job acting normal and not looking at him unless I had to, but... Damn it, it's no use. I said thinking when he's not around like usual. Risks are just too great. Shouldn't even think about trying to figure out what the world's greatest detective might be. Yeah, it's cold! Cool, Duck. Sorry, just suddenly got chills.
It's like someone's pouring ice down my back.
I should say.
Maybe it's the caster's curse or something. Yeah, ow, ow, ow! There's song, Lord Kodak. You okay? You eat something funny. You know, when I was still alive, I once ate a lizard and told everyone it was attacking me. Ah yes, that was a good one. A shame it didn't make it into the story. I guess Caressius didn't want to include any weird food stories. No, it's not that. I'm good at food. What is it? Just let it go, okay? It's nothing, I'm fine.
Perhaps we better leave well enough alone then. Wouldn't want our teasing to come back to bite us. Now then, Mr. Amasu, I take it you've made up your mind. Then we should leave right away. But what will you do about your throne? We can't exactly declare that Charles the Great is going on an expedition and leaving the castle undefended.
I'll take over while he's gone. We'll be fine. I mean, it's not like I'm not worried about Roland. We'll be probably... Yeah, it's not like I'm not worried. But Roland will probably do a better job than me, at least. There's something lovely about improvising when you're low on personnel.
Feel like we're sticking a finger in a dog ear.
I don't know what that means. Being risky, I guess? Sneak, 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 sneak. Yeah, this isn't suspicious at all. Okay, we've made it out.
I got to say, I don't love how easy it was for us to get past my own realm security. I'm getting nervous about this too. We're sure nobody else knows the truth.
Don't worry. If and when they find out, we'll just have to end the charade.
How very stout-hearted of you.
Oh, believe me, it takes the very stoutest of hearts to accompany me my Sarni's adventures.
Can't tell the great story of Don Quixote without Don Quixote, and of course, the trusty Sancho, you know.
Okay then, let's get going, sir.
I'm exhausted.
You okay? Do you want some water? Yes, sir. Have some fruit-infused water.
Thank you, Sancho.
Sorry to interrupt your break, but I'm detecting hostiles nearby. You hear that, sir? We have enemies here.
Oh, enemies, huh? Good thing that water put me right his lane then. Okay, Master Katea, time for you to see just how I became the legendary Don Quixote de la Mancha. Come, Sancho!
Yes, sir. Let's give this a good go, shall we? Alright, we'll give you this. And we'll give you this. And then we'll give you Dragon's Meridian. There we go. That'll do the trick. Alright, let's kick their ass.
本気で行くとしよ
早炊きですカルウェナ
Alright, I will use engages. There's set your gauge to 0. Increase gauge for all allies except yourself. Okay, we don't want to use that. At the very least, not right now.
熱を帯びなさい 丸みアドワーズ
Alright, then we want to use
スー
this.
パーお量産パワー
This.
なあ
スーパーお量産パワー
実際すごいから気をつけてね。
Need to double check. Okay, that's to a single enemy. Alright.
天坂鉾
Then
よ。
allow me.
よーし圧倒します
Let's go.
My love.
この和田罪の腹
The
を
ways of Watatsumi. You allow us to pass. We, just the two, are the Kaitani. Now that's a big, big boy. That's the kind of giant we're looking for.
宝具行くぞ。よっはは。
Alright, Don Quixote. Let him have it!
騎士たる者の勇気、今こそ見せる時。
それでは参りましょうバリエンテアサルトデリカドプリンセッサ
Not too shabby.
拍手喝采お願いします
Hell yeah, dude.
勝利、我が愛、我が騎士道、抑えたか。あいだだだだだだだ。
傷の治療をしますのでじっとしてくださいね
That's how we do it. Victory is ours!
Well, now, I'm really surprised at how strong you've proven yourself to be.
Hey, depending on who you ask, Don Quixote is more famous than King Arthur.
True, but that alone can't explain his strength. The story of Don Quixote is repleted with tales of his exploits, but each focuses upon his very human limitations. For example, when he charged those windmills he believed to be giants. Both he and Rocinante found themselves sent flying for their troubles.
I know. I've won some of the time.
My apologies, as they say, you did indeed win some and lose some. But regardless, the story never once depicted him surpassing his human limits.
So does that mean the strength comes from being a king of a realm? That is exactly it, yes. You might be thinking that as long as my sir's true powers, the knight has been awakened. But no, he is just enjoying the benefits that come with being a king. Most specifically, the Holy Grail support.
That's one hell of a benefits package.
Man, it's a lot stronger than I was expecting. Guess this means the other realm's king must really be strong. Damn strong too, especially with the Holy Grail backing them up. They are indeed. The power can transform an ordinary soldier into a warrior worthy of being sent to Valhalla, or a true warrior into a hero. So if an existing hero were to attain this power, there's no telling what might happen. The other realm's kings are
Grimhild and Constantine in the 11th. Grimhild's legendary for her vengeful nature. We can assume her combat power is unrivaled. Constantine is famed for protecting his city from a prolonged siege while outmatched and outnumbered. He will make for a formidable opponent as well.
Dandai, him? 8-year-old farmer from the sticks is dangerously close to the age of retirement. I'm a seasoned knight errant! Can we at least agree on that? Of course, I think it wonderful you never stop dreaming.
Right. Wait, does that mean this is a dream after all? No, sir, this is very real. I'll be there soon. Or we'll be there soon. You sure we can do this?
What do you think?
Can I do this?
Yes, sir, you absolutely can.
She says I can.
They say they can.
I heard you! You don't have to tell me again!
I don't have to tell them again.
Are you sure we can count on this guy, Holmes?
Oh yes, tell me, Mr. Forgive me, how should I address you?
Miss is fine, Lord Holmes.
Very well then, tell me this, Sancho. Is this noble phantasm meant for support?
It is.
A noble phantasm belonging to Don Quixote that can neutralize Vlad III's current condition. I take it this is one of those things better left unsaid.
I know an English gentleman would understand. Of course, it won't stay secret for very long, though.
Where's my broken ice warrior? Ah, there it is. There he stood, as though impaled himself, caked in blood and buffeted by the wind. He looked nothing so much as a rotting corpse, but he was still alive.
Well, the reinstatement realm and revenge realms used to do battle here, right? How come neither of them had taken him?
Take a closer look.
What's the rock for?
The moment he detects anything moving nearby, he activates his noble phantasm automatically. He must have programmed, for want of a better word, his mind when he staked himself.
Damn, he really is a monster.
Hey, that's uncalled for.
I don't mean it like that. I mean, I can't even begin to imagine the strength of his mind. Remember how powerless we were in that chaotic mess. Pretty sure he wouldn't even think about anything except running. We couldn't think about anything except running away.
The same goes for me as well. Well, I do think I would have come up with the same idea to seal myself away. I am not nearly so experienced in battle that I also plan ahead to include a means of self-defense.
Still, we have to do something to shut the system down, or we won't be able to help him.
I suppose we shall just have to keep him occupied in combat. In the meantime, I'd like you two to use your noble phantasm on Master Signal. Can you do this, Mr. Masu?
Definitely.
Watch out! It'll be ridiculous to make it this far only have your own servant kill you.
Alright. Let us help Count Vlad settle down.
みんなついてきて。
I picked got 3 times to win? Okay.
いいお酒カードをあげる。特別に応援続き早掛けです。彼
Let's try to take out the first layer first.
そう適当にやっとくわ。夏の女神が主情に告げる。踊りなさいな、騒ぎなさいな。すっきり。ブルーファイヤー。
There's a lot of HP. Oh, that's not great.
運命をかけた戦いであれば今のうちに準備白兵戦行きます。ちゃんと
I'll have to go this angle here.
望まれたように夏の女神が主情に告げる。踊り
Just
な
to
さい
ensure
な、
I'm
騒ぎな
correct.
さいな。
Grab a backup plan, but not having to be forced into that backup plan early would be nice.
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン。尻尾バーン。
Man, he really wants to break Buki Doji's face here.
ジャンプできてへえ、そう
Alright.
見えはいらぬと申しても夏の暑さに喉を
Let's
カ
see
ラカラ。
the move. Hey, hey, hey.
尻尾バーン。
Not gonna be enough? Yes! I didn't know if I'd have to beat him down after that third guts. Now! Understood? Okay, sir. Close your eyes just like I told you. Light. Go back. Go back. Go back! Walks in. Dreams conclude. Cold splash of reality. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Somebody wanted me to try something.
All fades into the past, like a passing fear. We must abandon our dreams. We might more fully live our lives.
Activating Noble Phantasm. Return to reality. Triste. Genial. El Sol. What's the? Kyon.
All magical energy in the vicinity is decaying rapidly. Vlad won't be able to maintain its existence if this keeps up. Correct. This is the Noble Phantasm's power. What?
As I suspected, the words she used were return to reality. What she has done here is return Count Vlad's 17th century Spain. No singularity, no magecraft, no mysteries. It's peaceful, ordinary Spanish countryside. The land where Don Quixote spent his life.
Wait, slow down. Mystics should have been stronger in the 17th century than they are today, not weaker.
Both errors were well within the margin of error compared to the age of gods, but yes, you may well be right. But remember, Gurdolf, these mystics were only measured on a worldwide scale. This noble phantasm is much more limited in scope. It forces the servant to return to a remote part of the world where no magecraft or mystics has ever been observed. This weakens the servant's contract with their master and cuts off the magical energy they need to maintain their very being. It even neutralizes skills such as independent action. You see, Vlad III simply did not exist in 17th century Spain. And of course, this also means whatever ability Moriarty used to brainwash him will fade away like a dream.
All that is said, I'm afraid there's as much we can do. You see, this Noble Phantasm is one major flaw.
Does?
Yes, if we use it for too long, we'll disappear ourselves.
I see.
So that is why I feel so at peace right now.
You okay with that? Cut it the hell out!
Okay, that's enough. No more for Noble Phantasm. Abort! Abort!
Good, none of them vanished. The noble phantasm's effects are still somewhat present. Then Count Vlad's desire to rebel should be gone now, just as Miss Sancho planned. Though the state of his combat abilities remains unclear.
Count Vlad, are you okay?
I never thought they'd see my master act after my health. I suppose it just goes to show how far I've let myself go, so to speak. Relieved to see you return to your senses, Count Vlad. What about your inclination to rebel? This subsided considerably. The seeds are still planted in my mind, but they are significantly weakened that I can control them. Still, how did you do this? I wasn't expecting to be rescued until after Singularity had been repaired at all.
Well,
I'd love to tell you about it. We were still in enemy territory. Why don't we vacate the premises first?
Good idea. Yeah, this whole ordeal actually got me sweating. All is well that ends well.
There is. Hang on, you guys do realize you almost vanished, right?
Well, if you had, wouldn't that have brought the righteous realm to the brink of collapse?
Don't worry, Lord Kodak.
That would have been a grand adventure in its own right.
yay for adventure!
Yay for adventure.
Come on, Tiramisu, say something. Yay for adventure!
That's not what I meant, damn it!
A fish to case, aw. I like when Gordolf loosens up and can join on the goofiness.
I see. So it won't be possible for me to fight until the singularity is repaired.
I'm afraid there's one more piece of disappointing news. That the noble phantasm took so much out of us that we won't be able to do anything for a while either. If we thought to try, urge the windmill now, we'd be knocked away like a blade of glass.
Really, Sancho? Might that leak now?
I'm afraid so, sir. Try charging arms if you don't believe me.
Oh? Alright, I will! Here I come! Hurrah!
Briefly, for simply reaching a hand, stop him by catching his head.
I'm afraid this seems unnecessary. Ah, yeah! Don Quixote, please, just use your spear, not your head. Phew. I suppose you can call it after all, huh?
Hey, Misu, I want you to do a pratfall right now.
Okay.
That's it, well done.
Is this some sort of ritual which I'm unfamiliar?
Sleep popping a headache pill. We're gonna kill Kodak at the end of this series. Not from actually, like, attacking him. He's just gonna die of stress.
So you've concluded that you've regarded my wisdom, even at the cost of your power as the king of this realm.
Yes, they're simply not capable of taking things beyond this point. It's clear how things would end if either of the other two kings were to launch a serious assault against us.
Even so, you have unwavering willingness to give up the power that you are given is no small thing. It was an act of either great selfishness or helplessness or great selfishness. I'm sorry, no need to speak to my saviors.
Not at all.
Very well then. And let return so I can see the righteous realm city for myself. From there I'll survey your military capacity and... No, wait, I almost forgot something important I need to do first.
What's that?
This! My true name is Vlad III, a servant of Caldera, berserker class. And now I've returned to where I belong.
Good to have you back, Count Vlad.
Thank you, Master. I may not be able to be your speaker for the time being. There are still things that I can and must do to help.
Sir?
That's it. That's exactly how a knight and his lord should behave. I want that!
Welcome home, sir.
It's just not the same.
Oh, she's pouting. One more word like that from you, sir, and I'll send you sailing straight down this mountain.
I'm sorry, my lady.
Better. What's all that about?
I suspect there was another Miss Sancho's sides. Princess Dulcina, most likely. One of the reasons Don Quixote sets off on his journeys in the titular story was to tell people far and wide of Princess Dulcinea's beauty.
It's a little embarrassing, but it's true.
Can you at least warn me before you transform like that? My poor heart can't take it.
Deal with it.
Or the other one concerned about our current situation? As it seems to me that losing Glad the Third is a fault is a major setback.
You're not wrong, but in this case, I also don't think it's the whole story. We have a good number of military assets to work with on both ends. Up until now, though, we've lacked the tactical expertise to make use of them. So, if that makes up for that deficiency, then I think there'll be some positives to be gained from this.
Well, I guess that's true, but losing his combat prowess to that.
Alright, we're back. Well, we'll be taking our leave here.
See you back at the throne, so...
Goodbye. Really, right in the middle of town, you fucking moron.
Very well then, let's take a walk around the city. Perhaps we too can go and shout that Don Quixote is pretending to be King Charles, like he seems so insistent on doing it in public. Mr. Musu, Kodak, if you would be so kind. As to disguise yourself as servants, once again we can be on our way. There's plenty of life here, but not much drive. Morale is fairly decent, and yet on the whole it's also relaxed. Relaxed, I see. Since each realm's population is comprised entirely of servants, universal conscription is a genuinely viable option. Of course, we wouldn't want everyone to be perpetually mired in despair over the prospect of a long war. But when those who should be helping to fight the war are no longer able to separate from their daily lives, that's when weariness sets in. And when conflict is inevitable, weariness can and does lead directly to defeat. We were told earlier that the Righteous Realm's army is about to begin a training exercise. Shall we pay them a visit? Yes, let's do that. Hey, Tiramisu.
Yeah, got it.
You think the training exercise is gonna help much?
Nope.
Same.
Dropped in to say hi for going back to my stream. Hi, Murder. Glad you could swing on in even fully for a moment. So, that they're ready and slush! Draw, aim, loose! Yeah! See those spear skills? That's why I call it the goal! Doppel is a Doppel. What?
Only you call yourself that!
I could have used rapid casting. No, I put in my dues as an alchemist and then some. Wait, don't tell me it's because my tongue's too short, isn't it?
They're all going at it a lot harder than I'm expecting. Well, what do you know? I don't know much about combat training, but it looks like they're doing a good job. This is even worse than I thought.
Why's that? Rappelling is a descending form, a height using a rope system. Alright. Why are we mashing my name with that? I'm curious.
I prepared to meet the king. King Charles the Great, for say the more. There's no sense having the same conversation twice.
And being chaos. Ah, checks out.
Is it that bad? It is. Let us say, for the sake of argument, the situation is entirely in our favor.
Like how I matched Ina's name with crap.
By which I mean, imagine the other two realms have waged all that war, and that one side succeeded in wiping out the other, costing majority of their soldiers.
Anyways, I'll do. Have fun. Alright, bye, Murder.
In that ideal situation, I can tell that we're still could not win. That's bad? You two, it seems you already understand the problem.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, we're technically 2 of the 12 paladins. And so we both have a decent amount of real military experience. And the case for the other servants too. Isn't that the case for the other servants too? Sure. Some of them used to be heroes or in the military or otherwise fought in some major battles. The problem is they're all over the place. There's no unity or teamwork whatsoever. We can lead small teams well enough, but that's it. Astolfos and I couldn't possibly lead an entire army. What more, Tiamat and Shufu are slightly better than nothing. Or only slightly better than nothing. Damn. That's rough.
From what I've been told, both Gremil the Revenant and Constantine the Reinstatement Realm have full control over their armies. By comparison, our forces are no more than a motley crew of amateurs. In short, the entire fate of the righteous realm rests on whether we can transform this disparate rabble of servants into a unified army.
So what exactly do we do that?
Since the dawn of recorded history, there's only been one reliable way to turn our soldiers into an army. Training.
I see.
And I do not mean the way it is being done now, and each servant does whatever they please. They need to be trained to work as a single army and operate as though they are all part of a single organism. They cannot do that, and there's no hope of victory. As so to begin, I would like you to inform every servant in the righteous realm that they are going to assemble early tomorrow morning for joint training.
Alright, we will.
We'll put together an initial lineup and then adjust it over the course of the training. I need to know whether we must be best served by following groups composed of all different classes or a single class, what sort of units we need, what it is we lack the most, everything. We must review every detail. It's Sonso?
No, sir, you can't relinquish the throne.
I don't know what it's going to say that.
Look, I'm not proud of this, but even I know I'm not the best choice for this job.
Sonso is right. Unfortunately, I currently lack the strength to stand on the front lines myself. More importantly, you have already claimed to be Charles the Great. None of the other servants here would accept me suddenly taking over as your successor. You are Charles the Great now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Escape is no longer an option. Even if the path before you requires scaling a sheer wall, you must find a way to crawl up and reach the other side. Whatever you do, you cannot fall. Use whatever lies or bolster you need to hold you in place. You are an emperor. You cannot change that. Okay.
It's alright, sir, don't worry. If worse comes to worse, I'll figure something out.
Miss Sancho sounds fully confident in her ability to make good on her pledge. Based on his story, that should have been enough to set Don Quixote's mind at ease. But judging by the look on his face, he's probably racked with guilt. I expect all of you to attend the train tomorrow at the well. That is, of course, including you, Master. Only you won't be able to summon servants with so many watchful eyes nearby, as long as you don't have them as use noble phantasms. Should be able to pass yourself as the caster who calls upon shadow soldiers to fight for you.
Got it.
Kodak is a mage, and Master and I want to provide advice. I'll do to provide advice. And that's quite the job. I'll do the best I can. Holmes, you're a great detective. I'm certain you can see things I cannot. Even if you may lack military experience, it'd be a great help if you keep an eye out for them, will you? Of course.
There you have it, Master. Glad to have you on the team.
What about us? You two are the most difficult task of all. What's that? Wait and trust we can complete our task. You're not doing anything more than that. Really? So, I'm just supposed to do nothing? You're Charles the Great. In order to reveal your true identity and all take part in battle yourself. Your job is to have faith in your subordinates. Yes, sir. Master, Kodak, I urge you two to get some rest. I shall do the same.
Oh man, it's still the middle of the night.
Lady Tiramisu, is something in the matter?
I couldn't sleep.
Ah well, elderly folks like me are notoriously light sleepers. You're much too young for that. Sancho!
Yes, sir?
Shall I make some cocoa then? I know you know what to do, my wonderful maid.
Thank you, sir. Okay then. I'll be back shortly. So, how do you end up pretending to be Emperor anyways?
It's a long story, you see. One thing led to another, and here we are. Really all it boils down to. I knew I was a servant of proper human history, which immediately put me at odds with the other servants. I suppose you could say it was a stroke of luck. I was just about to say something to them when Sancho clapped a hand on my mouth and acted like we were on their side. And then, with what we learned by sneaking into the Revenge Realm, I knew things couldn't go as they were. I may have been able to retain my body in that realm, but I really lost my mind. I'm a coward, you see. The reinstatement realm wasn't much better. Their motives and methods may differ from the Revenge Realm, but they're still rebelling against proper human history. I agonized over what we should do, and ultimately, I decided to move to an area that neither realm had much influence. Next thing I knew, we were surrounded by other servants who felt the same way and ran away with us. It was Sancho who came with the idea of creating a place for these servants and servants on the side of proper human history. Me, all I did was run around in a tizzy. It was only useful on the few occasions we had to fight demonic beasts. And when I volunteered, once we concluded that, someone would have to be the new realm's ruler.
Sounds pretty admirable to me.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. For one thing, I wasn't even summoned in my prime. If my body and mind are way past the sell-by date, you'll take my meaning. My story both begins and ends with me as an old man. It's the only way I've known. It's why I look the way I do. I was so nervous when I first pretended to be Charles the Great. Thought I was going to throw up.
No, you seem a lot different now than you do during the day.
Because these lonely nights are the only times I can go back to being the reasonably sound in mind. Grim as that may sound. Here's the cocoa, sir. Little tiramisu. Great. Thank you, Sancho.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Nice and sweet. It's the way I like it.
It's delicious.
I'm glad you like it. This cocoa's so good that it's making me forget that I'm a knight. Oh my, then I better take it away right now. Please don't. One of the few pleasures I have at my age. It's only joking.
Don Quixote was telling me how you took charge.
Not at all. I only made a suggestion. Only one of the world's most helpful maids, you see. If my sir wants something, it's my job to make it happen. He took over rulership of this realm because it's the safe position for him to be in. We'd be treated like any other foot soldiers who went to fight on the front lines. And I didn't want us to die right after being summoned, so I pretty much only said indeed when I was on the throne. Hardly matters for royalty, rather like how teenagers see their parents. You mean it's a nuisance? You need only be proud and domineering. Really all a king or emperor needs. You say so. What do you think, Lady Tiramisu?
I think when it's really important, you might have to take matters into your own hands.
So you think so too, huh? So that's true. One should take important matters into their own hands. And conversely, when they are not important, one should leave well enough alone. Okay, I'll do that. Basically right now, just to stick to what you're already doing. I guess so.
Thanks again for the cocoa. Better head back now.
Oh, are you sure you wouldn't like to talk a bit more? No. She should get some rest. It's an early morning tomorrow.
Good night. Those two are great.
Was that a mistake? It's hard to say. I have to work up the courage to apologize. What do you think of the Master of Chaldea, Sancho? We both know how terrible the judge of character I am. I think she's a good person. Above all, I think she's very willing to forgive others their mistakes. Sir, do you know what Chaldea coming here means, right? It means she and her companions have come a long way to be here. There's no need to feel bad for them. I know, but still. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about this, sir. It is all down to you. Though, of course, depending on how things go, an apology might be the last thing they need. I guess we should head back to the throne. It's time to return to my duties as Tao the Great.
Good day, everyone. My true name is Vlad III. I come on behalf of Charles the Great, who's asked that I lead my support to the righteous realm. Unfortunately, I've lost my own servant powers due to extenuating circumstances. However, as a result, His Imperial Majesty seemed fit to trust me with full command of his army. You may consider me a general, marshal, or whatever high status position suits you. If any of you object, speak now. I'm glad to see none take issue with my leadership. Now then, without further ado, I'd like to begin your military training. From this point on, you must act as a single army rather than individual heroes. Together you will form multiple units, all of which will combine to create a unified armed force. I am of course aware that it will take more than say so to convince you of the merits of this direction. I understand why this may concern you. Your individual exploits are what made you heroic spirits. I'm sure many of you believe you're strong enough to be better off doing as you please, which is why I like to start with a training exercise. I will form a unit of my own. I'll keep its numbers to a bare minimum. Here's the scenario. My unit will defend a fortress. The rest of you surround and attack it. However, my unit will also be receiving reinforcements. As the attackers, your objective is to break through the defense and claim the fortress as your own. With such overwhelming numbers on your side, your victory should be all but assured. Failure is not an option. As you begin with such a tremendous advantage, you surely not refuse, yes?
Vlad III's speech, a desired result. It lit a fire in the proud servants' hearts. Let's do this thing! You messed with the wrong servant! You're gonna regret this. That fortress is good as ours! As these and other indignant war cries rang out, Vlad III instructed the casters to construct a temporary fortress. A fortress that looked, and probably actually was, much too flimsy to stand up to serpent attacks. Nonetheless, Vlad III and a small force of servants entered and locked the gate behind them. In 3 hours, the battle would begin. The servants Vlad III chose for his unit ran around hurriedly to try and prepare as best they could. One or two seemed less than happy about having been selected, though. They should carry out their duties faithfully, having been chosen ahead of time.
Indeed.
But if I may, Lord Vlad, can you tell me why you chose a siege?
Because defense is where I excel. Because if I win, none of the other servants will have any right to complain.
Ah! Now I see.
Castor Tiramisu.
Yes, sir.
As I told you earlier, you can't have your servants and use their noble phantasms. We also don't need to defeat our opponents. This battle will be a test of endurance. I urge you to take this into consideration creating your lineup. Adding homes or lends of food to your group. This fortress has intentionally been built at a hole in the defense and let the enemy easily occupy the entire fort should they break through. Our opponents will most likely to claim victory through brute force at first. If and when that fails, eventually notice a hole in our defense. But look at it from a different perspective. If that is where they focus their attention, their result will become quite predictable. Remember, when you're playing offense or defense, analyzing and predicting your opponent's actions is the most important thing you can do. Now, go hide by the hole and wait for my signal.
Yes, sir.
Good. I am counting on you.
Hey again, so like before, I'll be backing you up, but I'm not gonna do any fighting myself. Why the look? Think I'm trying to get off easy again or something? I don't exactly see you getting ready to jump into the fray either, you know.
Okay, that's enough of that. Now hit us with that spell already, would you?
Fine, blah blah blah, and hup!
What kind of chant was that?
Oh, get off my case, not the words, the heart that goes into them. Capiche?
It didn't really sound like your heart was in it to me, but whatever. I'm empty-minded like that.
You sure you don't mean broad-minded? Having an empty mind isn't usually a good thing.
Whoa! Here they come!
This fortress has been built with a secret side gate on the right side of the back gate. It's not big enough for a wagon, but it can easily let a group of humans through. Or at least that's apparently the planned scenario. Our opponents know about this as well. We shouldn't have to worry about riders trying to make their way through though. Instead, according to Count Vlad's estimations, we should expect to see servants who excel in close range combat like sabers, lancers, and archers.
Here they come! No! Damn it, it's an ambush! Fall back!
Huh? You want us to fall back now?
Alright, let's go to town on them, shall we?
Whew! Beating up helpless targets feels so good. Nice strategy, losers! Just couldn't resist that sweet, juicy bait, could ya?
That caster of theirs is just nasty! That hideous doll she's carrying!
You're dead!
Alright, time to go! Agreed! We're about 5 seconds before Lady Shufu rushes in and starts punching faces. Who'd stop them before that happens? My darling Bargith will be a very good tool here. What are the tools we got for a fight like this? Himiko. Let's bring in Dayan. Let's see. Who else do I think could be a good defense here? Got 2 sabers. Maybe anchor with an archer? Do I have an archer that's up to that to a long-term task? That's the question. Well, the Sif seems okay, but surely we could do better, right? Or perhaps
Jean could do. She has a number of capabilities, and make her a decent anchor here. Alright, for you, we're going to... Since we're not worried about using Noble Phantasm in this fight, not going to worry about MP Strength or MP Gauge. I'm going to look at the extra other effects that we have going for us. Let's see. Yeah, let's go limited over 0. For you, definitely want something more defensive. You're more arts. Let's see. Whatever I have, it doesn't need starting charge. That's for certain. MP Gauge or MP Strength are unnecessary for a fight like this. That'd be good if that had arts. Well, actually, yeah. For my final 2, I don't have anything that benefit from that. Maybe we can go a bit more simplistic here. Fragment. Actually, let's give Fragment to Jean. And then for Dion... Do I have a higher tiered formal craft? Another ending could be okay. Yeah, well, actually. How about this? All-rounders, and we're getting even more crits. Alright, let's do this. I don't know if it'll come to this. That's our back line. Alright. Activate that. Okay, so it's only my servants that can't use their noble phantasms. That makes sense. Remember that. Use this. Alright. Then we're gonna come in here and... Oh. That isn't what I meant to use, but I guess it works. Made it a mighty chain when not paying attention. That's still fine. Alright, Roland, let's double check your little phantasm. Okay, you're a single enemy noob. So let's do this. And then I'm gonna go in with these.
宝具の時間だ。
いい調査もな
俺大活躍。大天使の加護を与えたまえ。これこそは音に聞こえし絶世剣。壊れることなきデュランダル。
That was the ticket. Damn, that saber got blown. Next, clean up the Lancer.
構わないだね。なるほど。
Alright, home is ready to go. He's about to fuck somebody right the hell up. How about this assassin?
賢明な判断。初歩的なことだ、トム。
Quite simple, my friend. Elementary, my mind.
なるほど。面白い。実に興味深い。
Oh, they're all ready to go? How about no? Target this one. Boom, boom, boom. That should do the trick there. I see they got some immunity going. Alright, Roland's down, that's fine. Oh, that's it? Not gonna last longer. Retreat! Retreat! Damn it, I really thought this was a good idea. Hi, Cyber. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Fate Grand Order today, making our way through Singularity Trom. Can't believe we lost to this ragtag bunch. I brought shame upon my order. You said it. How the hell did riffraff like this get the better of us? Yeah, you better run away, you rat bastards. Come to punch your lights out right now. I'm getting out of here! Aw, thanks for the hug. Don't think they'll be coming back anytime soon. Thanks, Shufu. Alright, looks like our work here is done. Looks like things are playing out more or less as we expected. Let's go check in with Count Vlad to make sure.
I'm officially taking command of this army. I shall be training you in what ways I deem best. I take it there are no objections.
No, sir. He's a demon, I tell you. I still don't know what happened. Feel like there's nothing we could do to win. Can't believe I couldn't destroy one piddling fortress. Some hero I turned out to be. I expect this to happen. It's truly impressive seeing it all play out. Oh, this is Sanso, by the way.
Terrifying indeed.
You too, okay?
Oh yes, we're fine.
The castle's almost deserted right now.
I never understood how terrifying a fully unified army could be until today.
Yes, sir. I knew saving him was the right choice. Now that Count Vlad's in charge of our military affairs, we should be more than equal to the task ahead.
Indeed, so then.
Yes, I think now is the time to make our move, after we discuss it with Count Vlad. Thank you all once again for your help. Anyways, glad you could swing on in. I was prattling on with Queenie yesterday and today about Fate. Got me in the mood to continue Fate again on stream. So that's what we're doing. If it's just assassins, let's do a fun little spellcaster thing. Again, thank you for agreeing to manage our military affairs, Count Vlad.
Not at all. On my honor, I vow that victory shall be ours.
Still, the fact remains we're now pulling up to the starting line. The other realms still have a big lead. Come now, Sancho, look at the bright side. Think of it as us saving our strength for when we need it most. Yeah, talk about putting a positive spin on things. Look at me being all smarty pants.
Very well then, Count Vlad. I believe we should discuss our next course of action, while continuing to train the army, of course. Agreed. Now then, if I may direct your attention to this map. While we have a great many things on our plate, at present we are ultimately faced with three options. Do we go on the offensive or fortified defense? If the former, do we go after a revenge or reinstatement or hell? According to the sum total, the information Sancho's spies have sent us, our best choice would seem to be a strike against the revenge realm. Why is that? We must look at the big picture. The reinstatement realm may have better terminals, and there is excellent chance they will continue to grow in power. But, for better or worse, Constantine the 11th is a known quantity. Think of this singularity as a game board. If he wishes to play by the rules and win it for himself. Same with not all three for the revenge realm. They will not think twice, but simply overturning the entire board. And then there are the Stein's towers, like the ones you are investigated. On the side, they are long-range cannons. Locations alone make that quite clear. However, I have a suspicion the towers are in fact already complete. Their plan may be to use them in conjunction with servants whose noble phantasms are themselves cannons. Or perhaps they plan to use them as something much worse than cannons. I cannot say for sure. Regardless, I believe the entire Revenge realm is working to overturn the game board in its entirety. And I suspect Zhang Zhuo, our caster allying to the Revenge realm, is the one behind this plan. We must therefore eliminate Queen Grimhild. If she follows, the Revenge realm is likely to follow. If that happens, the reinstatement realm's not just gonna sit around twiddling their thumbs, are they? No, they're not. I do say this is my only best guess based on information I have. I couldn't well be wrong about some things. Regardless, we must act, and we must do so soon.
That all makes sense to me, but
Doesn't sound like the army would be of much help there.
You're correct. Only hope we assassinated Zhang is a small lady. But such an operation will not on its own slip past the Revenge Realm's defenses. That is why we must also mobilize our entire army and make them think they're under threat of invasion. If we could, in fact, mount an actual attack. And while the other two realms are caught up in the resulting chaos, the assassination team will carry out the mission. That is why we need to train our army. That training will take up most of my time today, but I will help you plan the operation tonight.
I see, then I will figure out the plan in the meantime. I'd be very grateful if you took a look later to see how viable it is.
Very well. In regards to this mission, Mr. Basu,
Let me guess, you want me to be part of it?
I do. While I have no wish to expose you to danger, your summoning skills be essential for these assassinations. I would also like to come along with this mission. I have some experience with both stealth and combat. I'm also concerned about what Moriarty may do. As long as he's around, I cannot in good conscience send him master off alone.
Another sunny assassin class servant to go with you too. One on the side of proper human history, of course. You won't be able to do much to help with the mission if you can't fight at your full strength, Lady Damasu.
I guess we wouldn't be much help. Hey, it's not like either of us were ever cut out for espionage, right?
I guess I'll be sitting this one out. Honestly, I don't have skill sets to help with an assassination. We still have some time until the operation begins. Time we need to get our military force in good order and conduct the campaign. We will also need to use that time to come up with an assassination plot, so as to bring us in this assassin you spoke of now.
Sure thing. I'll call them right away.
Hey there, I'm Assassin. My true name is still a secret. I used to undertake assassinations as part of a certain religious order. I'm honored to be part of this mission.
Very good. These are your squad mates, Sherlock Holmes and my master, Tiramisu. That will be a key to this mission. Do whatever you must to ensure your teamwork is flawless. You have until our army training is complete.
Yes, sir. Hey there, good to meet you two. How about we get to know each other better over drinks? They say that's the modern way to break the ice. Though, just so you know, I can't drink alcohol myself. So why go drink it at all? Good point!
Well, I'm sure the coming days will afford us ample opportunity to get to know each other better. For the moment, I think our time will be better spent determining one another's combat abilities.
I'm gonna make a reservation.
We're not fucking the assassin! I will take Sancho, though.
I'll make a reservation for you 3 at the training grounds.
Alright, everyone. Let us all do our best to put a stop to this rebellion against proper human history. That was the wrong voice.
She put her hands together in prayer. I had to do it, sadly. I have been sick. And you should be recovering. It is in a sense a small, insignificant action. No matter how holy others may consider her, she can't stop herself from wondering if she deceived them. She does believe in God. She does trust His plan. But perhaps that faith exists only at the surface level. And that doubt has plagued her since she was summoned. All this was no doubt goes without saying. Pope Johanna was not a real person. I didn't want to see you, and I just wanted to crack a little joke with you for old times. That's very sweet. As long as you're resting. As long as you're resting. Especially, have some soup. Good excuse to have soup. Soup's just awesome.
Her existence, or lack thereof, was debated for centuries. And Johanna knows that very well.
I've been rest. Not the same. Hours spent time. The few people I know, trying to make sure that they're okay as well.
Gotcha. She's fully aware she is a figment of someone's imagination. She knows that every high and low of her life is pure fiction. She is sure that whenever she was summoned to fight a Holy Grail war, though she has no memory of past summons, she must have fallen deeply into despair. Now that she's aware of this, she can't help but feel there may be no point praying to God, that perhaps she has no right to.
You think so? I'm not sure what to think. Heard that no one believes in mystics and fantastical things nowadays. Some people also say that myths and legends, the tales of our own legends, were just stories someone made up at one point. And even if that's true, I never doubted who I am. I know the glorious 12 paladins of Charlemagne really existed, but the love Rodrigo and I share was real too. Yeah, when are we getting Rodrigo as a servant? If I'm not real, if I'm not the real Bradamante, but a shadow of her being cast by humanity, doesn't mean I'm not still me. No reason you can't think the same, Your Holiness.
Bradamante, you and I are indeed both shadows of humanity, but at your core, you have an unshakable sense of who you are. Maybe there's a reason for that. Or maybe, I know this may sound odd, maybe most heroes like you exist alongside your own mystics and fantasies. But that's not true for me. I'm a figment of someone's imagination. My very existence, thoroughly disproved by academics. My life, my history is all a fragmentary jumble. What more, there's now an overwhelming consensus among academics that I simply never existed.
They're right to come to that consensus. Academics are supposed to find the truth of things. The idea of Pope Johanna was a revolutionary one that could not be dismissed out of hand. History itself would change depending on whether she truly existed or not. And so academics pored over every document they could find to verify it, all as if conducting an autopsy. Hold on. Alright, I'm back.
They were right to do that. Everything they did was right. I really didn't take it well, that's all. It was hard and sad and felt like they were ripping my heart from my chest. I wanted to grab them by their collars and shake them and scream, "How dare you do this to me?"
We wouldn't approve that. Not His Imperial Majesty, nor anyone else in the restatement realm. You wanted to grab them by their collars?
There's a whole other kind of pain, knowing I've drawn all of them into my anguish. Oh, and the collar part's just a figure of speech. Please, just forget about that.
Your Holiness. I'm a paladin, supposed to serve my lord, my country, and embody justice and light. I know Archbishop Tippelin would be furious with me if I didn't help to ease your suffering. I may have chosen to rebel against proper human history, but I've never stopped respecting you.
Thank you, Bradamante. I wish I could do something to repay you. For what it's worth, I pray from the bottom of my heart that you and your loved ones be reunited in romantic bliss.
Thank you, Your Holiness.
Oh my.
This is a church! Quiet, George Decay!
Oh yes, I'm not sure if I should ask you about this. Weren't you arguing with some of the servants earlier?
Yes, I was. So suspect me of being a spy. Told them they were mistaken, that I choose to cut ties with the others because of a difference in our beliefs. I see. That mean you can't trust me after all? Not at all, Brinamate. I trust you with my life. I just didn't want to pit you against your former comrades in arms. I appreciate your consideration, Lady Johanna. You don't have to worry about me. I offer you this promise. My honor as one of the 12 paladins of Charlemagne. I'll fight them with all my might. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me for insulting your pride. Oh no, you didn't do anything to apologize for. It makes sense you'd have your doubts like that. But I've sworn to follow you and His Imperial Majesty to the end, no matter what. So what would you do if Constantine and I decide to go different ways ourselves? Please don't ask me that. It's like asking a child which their parents they prefer. I'm sorry, silly teasing. Meanie. I got an apple. And now to the training. Speaking like Jackie Chan. Not exactly. For starters, Jackie Chan's Chinese, I'm pretty sure. Mean the uncle, the one who said spell words, something magical would happen? I'm not sure what you're referring to. This is a movie reference I'm just not getting. You mean Jackie Chan Adventures? Like the cartoon series? Joe used to watch. Okay, okay. We were on the same page. Took me a while to make the connections. So, in Fate, a lot of things can determine your class. And usually authors, like Murasaki Shikabu here, get classified as caster class. In history, she's known to have written the world's first novel, The Tale of Genji. And she not only wrote this novel, the world's first novel, but she did it at a time where women weren't allowed to know how to read and write. And as a very young widow.
要注意接続早炊きですカルウェルそれそれが良いかと限りあれば薄墨衣朝けれど涙ぞ袖を縁となしける源氏物語青もののけこうしてこうですね思いつきましたさらさらさらり先輩は菜の花畑を見たことがありますかふと興味新生ダヴィンチちゃんの素敵な工房にようこそ何でも
Alright, 300 Saints cores. Let's go. Anyway, so the language was different. That was a primary thing. And once again, authors in Fate are usually caster class. So their words do become magic. But as I'm out of AP and we've been going for about 3 hours, I think that makes this a good stopping point. That means our next big leg will be going back to the tower and trying to assassinate Zhang Zhu. I think that'll be a good place to start next time we stream this. So, that all being said, let's see here. Anyone that we can raid? That I feel comfortable raiding. I'm glad to see you again. Aw, thanks. It's good to have you swing on in. Let's go see if we can't raid Aphrodite. Seems to be playing a game called Choice Chamber. So, I want you all to be on your best behavior whenever we go in, okay? So, to everyone on my end, I'd like to wish you all a fond farewell and thank you for stopping by. If you like this, of course, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing because it really helps me out. I'll be back tomorrow. Glad I got to see you mean the world to me. Aw, you're so sweet. We're going to be raiding into Aphrodite, so be on your best behavior, everyone. Send them greetings from the koi pond, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And we get around to it. I hope you all have pleasant dreams. I'll be back tomorrow, so don't miss me too much, darlings. Alright. Bye-bye.